Do you think wrestling, and you mentioned it just then about the pains you're feeling, is about ignoring the pain and ignoring the ladders to the chest? And because when I first started, I was shocked at how things hurt.
Yeah.
Like, when you watch it on TV, and people who don't watch wrestling assume that, the mat is padded and bouncy like a trampoline, and they assume the ladders are fake and the chairs are fake and the tables are fake. And
sure,
when I found out that none of it was, it took a second to be like, oh, I'm just gonna have to suck this up. Like, is that what it is? Just ignore and suck it up.
Yeah, there's just a level of suffering that you have to be willing to endure. That's no joke. And I think people, obviously there's a level of workmanship to it. Like, I'm not really trying to end you with a ladder to your body, but also there's no fighting it. If I'm throwing a ladder at you, they are just hard steel ladders, just metal ladders, and they're just going to attack your body. You're just going to try to survive it as best you can. And so, yes, it's essentially just, he's shaking his head like, what are we doing?
No, because you don't understand, Mike. You don't.
Well, in my limited WWE experience, very limited, all of that hurt.
It hurt.
All of it hurt. Now, I will say this, for me at least, in the 20 seconds that I was in there, it's adrenaline. At least in the very beginning when you first start, you're in shock.
Sure,
I'm being manhandled by a large man in front of 35,000 people right now. But you're once that wears off, you're like, oh shit, dude, what did I do?
Yeah. I mean, there's stuff in the moment that's not great, you know, and obviously it takes you out of it. But yes, the adrenaline will get you through the match, the process, especially the early parts. And then when you're kind of later in the matches, you're just riding that whatever that euphoria is of the match itself, and that late game sort of push, whatever it is, you get that kind of feeling. But then, I mean, if you go to the back and sit down for 20 minutes, when you try to move, it's like, oh God.
But isn't it? Do you guys ever get in that state of mind? I remember just from traumatic injuries and stuff like that of the past, being in ICU, where you almost dig into this internal warrior that's inside you, and it makes you feel awesome to know that you're still fucking cooking through the pain. You know what I'm saying? You tap into it.
Yeah, there is something very warrior-esque about it, and it's the physicality, as we're kind of saying, this hurts a lot. There's something about the physicality, and I assume anybody in contact sports will feel similarly. Sometimes it brings out this animal in you, getting punched or getting rocked by something is when we have a big match, I always kind of like the first one to just be snug, just in there, just crack me with something good, Obviously, don't break my jaw, but just pop me with a forearm, give me a good chop, something where I can just get that spike right through the top of your head, where you're just let's go, I like that vibe. So we do a lot of matches, live events. Stay away from me. I don't want any of that. Don't touch me. But when it's a televised pay-per-view, big night, whatever it is, I'm ready to go. Let's turn it up. We'll deal with the consequences later.
For sure.
Well, I was going to say, because yes, that warrior does come out and that pain can activate you in a really cool way. But the issue is he got to perform on Monday as well. Or Friday as well. You know what I'm saying? The schedule is grueling. The
schedule is nuts, yeah.
You have to work out. I would imagine eat healthy, learn the matches, and then perform week after week after week after week.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I kind of skipped.
Well, yeah, you did. You skipped all that.
Which is why the people in the WWE universe don't like me.
You get to just show up every once in a while, hey guys, I'm here.
Yeah, I did it. I did it. Everybody's got their own path, though. My path is for me. Your path is for you. That's just how it is. So there's, I gave you a lot of flack leading up to the match of Mania for that very thing. But truth be told, over the years, you're not the first. You're not the first guy who's come from a different world into our world and, brought more eyes to our product and vice versa. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, the schedule is, it's one of a kind. There's really nothing like it.
I don't understand how it's possible. It's a well-organized machine with 500 employees.
Yeah, it's a very small billion-dollar company. It's very small. It's not crazy as far as infrastructure is concerned, but it's wild. I mean, I did last year, I wrestled 120 some matches.
Oh my
So then, but I'll tell you what, that's the low end of my career. Years that I've not been injured, like non-injury years, non-pandemic years, that's like the low end because we're only doing 3 shows a week usually. So like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or sorry, Saturday, Sunday, Monday for me. Some people Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When I first started on the road with WWE in 2012, I was doing a 5-day week every week. I'm not even kidding. It was I would wrestle Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We would do live TV Monday, then we would tape SmackDown on Tuesday. This is before the rosters were split. So that was I had some years where I was wrestling 230 matches a year. That's just matches. We're not talking about media appearances. We're not talking about extra travel days. None of that. That's just matches. So I was on the road like nonstop. I could have just there were some weeks where it was pointless to go home. It was like, why am I going home for 6 hours to unpack my bag and repack it and then just go out again? It was nuts.
Hey guys, if you like that clip, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see more zany clips, click the video right here.